Hello, this is your pilot speaking. Due to coronavirus, I am working from home today. Please fasten your seatbelt.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you again on our new episode. We agree there is no denying that we're living in tough times at the moment. The COVID-19 pandemic is sweeping through the world at a frightening pace and is transforming our lives as we speak. The disease is claiming lives by the hour, if not less, and scientists are predicting that it hasn't even peaked on a global scale. Due to the nature of the virus, a lot of us are self-isolating for the foreseeable future. Regardless of whether our governments have instructed us or whether we are doing it out of a sense of precaution, social distancing is something we're going to have to get used to. At least for a few months anyway. It's one thing to be an introvert and actively choose not to socialize with others. But to have it sprung on us as a way to contain the spread of a highly contagious and deadly disease. Well, we did not see this coming. But the fact of the matter is that we're here and we're in it for the long haul. A lot of us are learning for the first time what it's like to be truly alone. And it can undoubtedly be an uphill battle. Yes, we do have the most advanced forms of technology allowing us to remain connected with each other. But that doesn't mean that the physical loneliness isn't getting to us. No one can live without relationship. You may withdraw into the mountains, wander off into the desert by yourself, but you are related. You cannot escape from that absolute fact. You cannot exist in isolation. People are tired of self-isolation now.
If I get quarantined for 2 weeks with my wife and I die, I can assure you it was not the virus that killed me. Truth hurts. Maybe not as much as jumping on a bicycle with a seat missing, but it hurts. Let's be honest, social distancing from a few certain people has been nice. So far my self-isolation life is remarkably similar to my normal life. My wife asked me to whisper dirty things in her ear, so I whispered, "Washroom, washroom, washroom."
News alert. Breaking news. News alert. Breaking news.
Breaking news. A kid is born in our city. It has 25 kilograms weight. Stood up after just 15 minutes. And started running just after 2 days. And after 25 days. It has a weight of 50 kilograms. Yes, it is a real news. Because the kid was a cow's kid. Thanks for paying so much attention.
They said that a mask and gloves were enough to go to the supermarket. They lied. Everyone else has clothes on. I sneezed in the bank today. It was the most attention I have received from the staff in the last 10 years. 2020 is a unique leap year. It has 29 days in February, 300 days in March and 10 years in April. I slept 14 hours last night, absolutely locked and loaded for a big day of hand washing and looking out of the window. My body has absorbed so much soap and disinfectant lately, now when I pee I clean the toilet.
News alert. Breaking news. News alert. Breaking news.
Breaking news. The coronavirus has achieved what no female has ever been able to achieve. It has cancelled sports, closed all cinemas and kept all guys at home. Thank you. I've found a great new drug that can help you with your sleeping problem.
Great. How often do I have to take it?
Every 2 hours. Yet if we look closer, we can find that there are certain silver linings to this crisis. When people's lives are at stake, human beings will do just about anything to help each other. And even for yourself. Self-isolation can bring a lot of unexpected surprises. Just let history give you a lesson. What we have to realize as a society is that health epidemics aren't necessarily a new phenomenon. Sure, the COVID-19 pandemic is beginning to become a reality for us before our very eyes. But we have to remember that human beings as a species have gone through pandemics before. We've lived through those hard times, recorded our experiences, learned our lessons, and have passed them down to our descendants. However, sometimes it's the strangest, most challenging circumstances that enable us to push ourselves. It is widely believed that William Shakespeare was forced to turn to poetry when all the theaters shut down during the bubonic plague. The bubonic plague is reported to have wiped out as many as 200 million people in Europe and Asia. And it wasn't just a one-time explosion, either. The plague kept recurring over the centuries. So the people at the time always had to hang tight in case they were made to go into self-isolation again. Similarly, Edvard Munch, the artist of the iconic The Scream painting, also had to endure a childhood of sickness, isolation and death. It is said that his traumatic experiences played a part in the development of his macabre sensibilities, which in turn impacted his art. His years spent in isolation drew him to painting as an outlet, which he then pursued as a full-blown career. And not all discoveries were made in the realm of art, either. Sir Isaac Newton, the founder of modern science, was in isolation as well when he decided to address the many questions that had been lurking in his mind. His scientific explorations flourished during the Great Plague of London. He had been living in the countryside, walking among the wide green fields when an apple fell on his head. The rest, as they say, is history. We're absolutely not saying that the panic and destruction around pandemics are the only way to awaken your creative instincts, but it is worth noting that our experiences inevitably reflect in our art. Artists and scientists don't just create their work out of thin air. They watch the world around them and put those raw emotions and observations on paper. Sometimes it's in the form of a story. Sometimes a report or graph. Or sometimes it's just a journal entry that never sees the light of a day. Being caught alone during such a time can be a terrifying experience for most people. I dreamed I was forced to eat a giant marshmallow. When I woke up, my pillow was gone. I just spent 15 minutes searching for my phone in my room, using my phone as a flashlight. Actually, I am writing a paper on the topic. If camera lenses are round, why are the pictures square?
So you're also staying inside, practicing social distancing and cleaning yourself. Congratulations. You have become a house cat.
I saw a spider in my house and I said to that spider, "Dear spider, unless you pay rent, you can't live in my house." But we also have to acknowledge that if that's all it takes for us to overcome this hurdle, then we will take it 100 times over. The time and space that is available to you during self-isolation can work wonders for your creative drive. All in all, there are no fixed set of rules on what you should or should not do during self-isolation. However, As history has shown us time and again, humanity's greatest strength is how it creates, survives and prospers during the worst of times. If you take this time to truly get to know yourself, get to know your passions, your aspirations, your longings, your ideas, the self-isolation will pass by in no time, and the results will be more than worth it. Spread laughs while you quarantine at home, not fear. Home is where love resides. Memories are created. Friends always belong. And laughter never ends. Your parents and grandparents were called to war. You're being called to sit on the couch. You can handle this. Laughter Therapies will provide you the platform to spread laugh. Please come. Like, subscribe, and share our videos. We can make this world a better world again. Because together we can. Thank you.